ultimately what I would say to you is whatever it is that you want, like, when you think about education, make sure your education is shaped to give you best benefit and value in the areas that matter for you. And nine times out of 10, most education in America is designed to pretty much do one thing, teach you how to be a cog in the wheel of Americanized capitalism. That's it's like, we're gonna train you, we're gonna give you job skills, right? And then, or even when they talk about black economics, all these dumb politicians will get together. We need more jobs for the black community. Well, what about the people that are done that don't want to just work for another white man? Who maybe for the people that don't want a better slave master? What about them? What about the people that say, I'd like to create a job instead of actually looking for a job? Well, why don't we fund that too? Well, no, that doesn't work. That's why, for example, if you even think about debt, pay attention now. Think about this. Why do you think it is that they're very eager to give you a student loan, but don't want to give you a business loan? They'll give you a car loan. You got horrible credit and get a car loan, but you got to damn jump through freaking hoops and be able to run 100 miles an hour to get a freaking mortgage sometimes. Those banks will drag you through the ringer to get a mortgage or a business loan, but you could be broke and stupid and get a student loan and a car loan. Isn't that fascinating? They will make it hard for you to obtain the good debt, but they will shove that bad debt down your throat. They'll let you have all that you want. I know so many people, and I feel so bad because there's so many people that want to do the right thing. They just don't know what to do. They're trying. You know, this is why I'm so eager to teach and talk every day because I want to support you. I want to help. I want to jump in and I say, I got a whole PhD in this stuff. Can I get your attention, please? I'm not a rapper, like I'm not a comedian. I'm a professor, but I like to help and share some stuff. And because there's so many people I've seen people in the hood who are really struggling, who really truly have their hearts in the right places, who truly want to do better. They say, I'm tired of this. I want to break the generational curse. So it'll be something simple like, I'm going to go to school, right? I'm going to school now because I don't want to go to jail and whatever. And you know what'll happen? Somebody will come along and take advantage of that. They'll offer them. Anybody seen this? Remember what the thing with whole private universities? So they have these like private colleges, and they would say, yeah, you can come to this school, and we'll teach you how to be a nurse tech or whatever, right? And just, you say, well, I can't afford it. They said, don't worry, just sign this document and we'll give you a loan because we want to help you. And so they sign the document, and whatever reason, either if they graduate, sometimes they don't, the job is not there that they thought was going to be there. So they're not making money from this thing, but they're saddled with all this debt. I know a lot of people who went to those private schools. Tell me if you've ever seen this, who went to those little private colleges who didn't even finish, who had to start at the age of 23 years old with 30, 40, $50,000 in debt. So you're already sort of in this economic trap. I remember capitalism works best when its citizens are desperate. It does not work well when people either seek a higher purpose, and if they seek a higher purpose and have the capacity to pursue the higher purpose. It does not work that way. It works well when you have a segment of society that's operating on the lower rung of vibration. You have to be on the lower level of consciousness. You have to be sort of digging through the dirt in order for that to work, because then they can say, well, you got to go to work. If you don't work, you don't eat. The kind of stuff we grew up hearing as kids. And I just kind of, I curse that to the root. I don't think you should live in have a life that says, if you don't work, you don't eat. I think you deserve to eat no matter what, right? In fact, my good buddy John Hope Bryant is writing a book called Capitalism for All. And I'm looking at the book, and I love John, and I support the book because I just support John. I just like the guy a lot. And I was like, I have to be honest though. I confessed, I said, I'm not really a capitalist though. I don't know if we have to be a capitalist to be wealthy. And I think John would understand this. But it's kind of like, eh, I don't, and so sometimes I'll be called a black capitalist. I'm like, no, I'm not a black capitalist. I just believe in black freedom. I believe in black happiness. I believe that there is such a thing as the word enough. So if you're a capitalist in the purest sense, there's not a lot of space for you to say, okay, I've got enough money, now I'm going to distribute my wealth. And I think John would agree with that. That's why I still support the book, because what he's saying in the book, I believe, is that you should know the rules of the game in order to be successful. That if you want to make it in a capitalist society, you better understand how this thing works. You better understand that this is a system that's designed for to empower those who own and control the means of production.